We contend that for a nation to try to tax itself into prosperity is like a man standing in a bucket and trying to lift himself up by the handle. Never give in. Never, 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 in nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. We are stripped bare by the curse of plenty. Study history, study history. In history lies all the secrets of statecraft. My rule of life prescribed as an absolutely sacred rite smoking cigars and also the drinking of alcohol before, after and if need be during all meals and in the intervals between them. Politics is almost as exciting as war, and quite as dangerous. In war you can only be killed once, but in politics many times. I was only the servant of my country, and had I, at any moment, failed to express her unflinching resolve to fight and conquer, I should at once have been rightly cast aside. We are all worms, but I believe that I am a glowworm. He has all of the virtues I dislike and none of the vices I admire. There are two things that are more difficult than making an after-dinner speech: climbing a wall which is leaning toward you and kissing a girl who is leaning away from you. It is always wise to look ahead, but difficult to look further than you can see. I'm just preparing my impromptu remarks. Difficulties mastered or opportunities won. Some people regard private enterprise as a predatory tiger to be shot. Others look on it as a cow they can milk. Not enough people see it as a healthy horse, pulling a sturdy wagon. Everyone has his day, and some days last longer than others. Sure I am of this, that you have only to endure to conquer. Personally, I'm always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. War is a game that is played with a smile. If you can't smile, grin. If you can't grin, keep out of the way till you can. We shall draw from the heart of suffering itself the means of inspiration and survival. In the course of my life, I have often had to eat my words, and I must confess that I have always found it a wholesome diet. Great and good are seldom the same man. Share this. Broadly speaking, the short words are the best, and the old words best of all. I always avoid prophesying beforehand, because it is a much better policy to prophesy after the event has already taken place. No part of the education of a politician is more indispensable than the fighting of elections. No idea is so outlandish that it should not be considered with a searching but at the same time a steady eye. We shall show mercy, but we shall not ask for it. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. Christmas is a season not only of rejoicing but of reflection. For my part, I consider that it will be found much better by all parties to leave the past to history, especially as I propose to write that history myself. I am certainly not one of those who need to be prodded. In fact, if anything, I am the prod. Baldwin thought Europe was a bore, and Chamberlain thought it was only a greater Birmingham. We do not covet anything from any nation except their respect. I cannot pretend to be impartial about the colors. I rejoice with the brilliant ones, and am genuinely sorry for the poor browns. When I am abroad, I always make it a rule never to criticize or attack the government of my own country. I make up for lost time when I come home. Nothing can be more abhorrent to democracy than to imprison a person or keep him in prison because he is unpopular. This is really the test of civilization. Eating words has never given me indigestion.